I'm not exaggerating at all. We don't get what we supposed to get because we are basically in chains. We're in ball and chains right now. But they give a couple of us a couple of dollars so we can shine and make people think it's something out there. But ain't nothing out there. We ain't got shit. They killing us in all kinds of ways. They putting crazy shit in the food now. Ain't nobody even checking them because we just live it out, live our time.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the head apostle, Nettles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, Nettle, pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. I want to touch on a statement that Corey Holcomb made on this recent podcast on Cam Newton's show. If you don't know who Corey Holcomb is, he's a well-known stand-up comedian, and he made a statement concerning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that y'all are still in ball and chain, which means you're still in captivity, you're still in slavery, and you're in slavery under the so-called white man, which his biblical nationality is an Edomite. And it's the Most High Yahweh who has put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in this low condition, in this captivity, this punishment period, under the hands of Esau Edom. Now, I want to play another clip or a longer version of the clip that I played at the beginning of this video, and then I want to go into some scripture. So without further ado, let's jump right back into it.
Cam, I gotta tell you something, bro. What you saying now, this is what I think. You are programmed to think, let's make peace. But there is really no peace. It's people stepping on your motherfucking head and giving you scraps. Even though I'm sure when you played, you made some money. But it was scraps versus what you should have made. You should have had stock in the team in that little pussy ass town. And I love my people out there in Charlotte. The real motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying, the stadiums and things get filled up by people like you, people like Jordan, I'm talking about the people, the standout talent. But you don't get the amount of money you deserve. You selling these joints out. You should have stock in teams. If you get what I'm saying. The reason I'm bringing that up is to let you know, I'm not exaggerating at all. We don't get what we supposed to get because we are basically in chains. We're in ball and chains right now. But they give a couple of us a couple of dollars so we can shine and make people think it's something out there. But ain't nothing out there. We ain't got shit. They killing us in all kinds of ways. They putting crazy shit in the food now. Ain't nobody even checking them because we just live it out, live our time out, get cancer or something later on and die.
And that's exactly right. And it's the Most High Yahweh who has put us under these devils, man. All right? And he has raised up Esau Edom over us. Let's go to Job 9 and 24 real quick. This is Job 9 and 24, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So, it's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who has set up this basis level of man and put him over you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? And why has the Lord done this? Well, let's go to Baruch, the 4th chapter, and the 6th verse. It says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies." Because we forsook the covenant, we, went whoring after these other nations' gods and idols. We wanted to be like these other nations. We envied these other nations. So the Lord scattered us into all these various parts of the earth and put us in captivity under all these other nations. But not only that, he put curses upon us. Okay? Let's keep reading. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power of Yahweh that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of Yahweh coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell upon Zion, Yahweh hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. Which joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning." Okay? So the Lord scattered us under all these different parts of the earth, from the four corners of the earth, and raised up these other nations over us. Okay? Let's go to Baruch, the 3rd chapter, real quick. And let's go down to the 8th verse. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity." Just like Corey Holcomb said, we're still slaves. We're still in captivity. We still have those chains, those shackles around our wrists. Still have those chains and shackles around our feet. Even though it doesn't seem that way, because Esau is physically taking those chains off of us, but he's strategically placed them in a different manner, in a different light. He's put those chains around, the manners of your mind, your brain. Okay? Just the, just the fact that our people say that they're free is proof of that. There was once a statement that was made, I forgot who said it, but it was a statement made that the best slave is the slave that thinks that he's free. Okay? And that's how the majority of our people think. They think that they're free, and that's what Esau wants. He wants you to think that you're free. He wants you to think that you can attain the American dream. He wants you to think that you can be like these people that you see on TV in Hollywood, and that it's all about talent. But little do you know, these people that you see on TV in the limelight, on the media in Hollywood, they had to go through all different types of rituals. They had to participate in sacrifices. They had to do all different types of wickedness. And furthermore, they have to push Esau's agenda to obtain the scraps that they're getting. And that's all they're getting is scraps, because they're just higher paid slaves. Let's keep reading. It says, let me start from the top of verse 8. Baruch 3 and 8. "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power Yahweh." So it's Yahweh by Shem Yahushai that put us in this low condition. Verse 9, "Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to the understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom, for if thou hast walked in the way of Yahweh, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever." All right, but we did not walk in the way, okay, of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So we didn't dwell in peace. The Lord cast curses upon us. When you read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, okay, like the scripture says, we're putting money in a bag with holes. Like Corey Holcomb said, we don't have ownership of nothing. We can't change the state and the status that our people are in. Yeah, these niggas in Hollywood and these niggas in the sports world, with all the millions of money and millions of dollars that they have, if they all came together and put their money together, they still couldn't change the state that Jake's in. All right? Let's go to Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. Let's go down to the 19th verse. And it says, "And it shall come to pass, when ye shall say, Wherefore doth the Lord our power, Yahweh, all these things unto us?" The why question. Why, are we going through all these things? Why are these curses upon us? Why we just can't make it? Why can't we come together and establish something and set up our own government and this, that, and so forth, man? All right. It says, "Then shalt thou answer them, like as ye have forsaken me and served strange gods, in your land, so shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. Okay? It's because we went whoring after these other gods, these idols, and wickedness, and we envied these other nations, man. Okay, so we're in a punishment period. Let's go to Haggai chapter 1, and let's go down to verse 6. It says, Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. And even these, jakes that make millions upon millions of dollars, they're still putting their money in a bag with holes. And a lot of them become a victim of their own success. Now they have to go to these expensive restaurants. They just can't go out in public as they would have before they received this fame. Okay, and that's what Esau does to you. He gives you this fame, and now you have to keep appearing before him to obtain these riches. Now you have a couple mansions, you have a couple $1,000,000 in cars. Now you're expected to dress a certain way. You're expected to appear at certain events, certain venues. Now you got to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, man. All right? And that's how Esau, keeps you in the game. So even these rich athletes, these Jakes in Hollywood, they're still putting their money in a bag that has holes at the bottom. Okay? And that's why you see Jake just in the game and never retire. And when he retires, he makes an appearance back, to come out of retirement, because they're really is not as wealthy as they're pushed as to be. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 4th chapter and the 13th verse. Like Corey Holcomb said, hey, now he directly didn't say, Esau, Edom, or these wicked elites, but that's what he's referring to. Okay, they're polluting the air, they're polluting the food that you eat. And just because you don't see Jake on a high level hanging from trees, but you do still see that, but just not like on the level you did in times past. It's still happening. It might not be happening in the same manner, but it's happening in a different way, in a different form. Okay, Esau's still killing you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in high numbers on a high level. This is Ezekiel 4 and verse 13. It says, And the Lord said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. And that's exactly what's happening. The food that we eat is defiled. Not only is it sacrificed to idols, but also it's polluted. This devil puts all different types of chemicals in the food that you eat. He sprays the air that you breathe. The water that you drink is contaminated, which eventually leads to health problems, which eventually leads you into these hospitals where Esau can willfully perform his witchcraft. When you go into that word pharmacy, it goes into the Greek word, comes from the Greek word pharmakia, which goes into sorcery and witchcraft. And Esau does all these things to be able to take the light off of him, take the spotlight off of him. Okay? So it can seem like natural causes or this, that, and so forth. I want to close out in Proverbs, the 22nd chapter. And let's go down to the 7th verse. It says, The rich ruleth over the poor. And we are the poor. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the poor of the earth. And the rich is Esau right now. Mainly concerning these wicked elite Edomites, these banking families who call the shots, who employ the presidents, who print the money, who push out in society, what they want to, see pushed out in society, how they want to see you dress, how they want to see you talk, what they want to see you buy, how they want to see you think. They talk about these things amongst their secret councils. It says the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Okay? The borrower is servant to the lender, and we are the borrower. Like it states in, matter of fact, let's get that in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. So no matter how much money you get, no matter how much, riches you attain and success and fame, you're still a servant because you're still a borrower. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and let's go down to, all right, let's go down to the 43rd verse. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. And that's what's happened. Esau Edom has gotten very, very high above you Jakes, man. And he's done that in many different ways. But one of the main ways is through, hardcore slavery, okay, which America and various different establishments and parts of the earth were built off the backs of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, and thou shalt come down very low. And it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has put us in that very, very low estate. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. We ain't lending to these elites. We can't get to a level, a status where, these top level Edomite banking families are gonna approach us, to borrow from us, and we lend to him. It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee. See, all these curses are still upon all of you Israelites, and are still pursuing us, and overtake thee. And that's what's happened. Till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power Yahweh, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. See, we forsook the Lord. Like we read in, Baruch, the 3rd and the 4th chapter, verse 46. And they shall be put upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So for a very, very long time. Okay? And that's another another way we prove that we're the Israelites according to the Bible, because of the curses. The curses are upon us, and those curses are not upon those people in our land. Verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy power Yahweh with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send thee against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things. Like Corey Holcomb was talking about, yeah, you might have got, a nice contract a year. You might have made, millions and millions of dollars, but that was all scraps compared to what these CEOs, the owners of the team, the owners of the league were getting. Okay? It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time, Shalom.